Hello and welcome to this video tutorial. Now in this video tutorial we're going to be looking at how you can create product photos. Okay, product photos. Now this feature can be located under create design. Once you select create design, select the fast AI image designer. Once you select the fast AI image designer, in the header section here, the tab that you're looking for is the AI design assistance. Okay, once you select this, you will see step 1 has appeared and it says select a category. Under select a category, you need to go to the second icon here, which is product photos. Once you select product photos, step 2 will now appear. Only upload photos of one object. So here you have the ability of, if you have any products, anything that we already got, you can drag and drop. Maybe a client's got something that they want to create into a product photo, you can drag and drop it and place it in here. Or alternatively, if you don't have one, you can build one out using the AI image designer. Okay, whether it's bag, maybe it's a mug, maybe it's any kind of product that you're the client or whatever your personal needs are. Now if I go to choose from a library, you can see some of the products I've created for an example of this demonstration. So we've got a bag there, we've got a bottle, gin bottle, etc, etc. So these are just some examples of what you can do using this. So if I take this bag now and I select the bag, you can see now it's going to be uploaded into the frame. Now where do you need the logo to be placed? Okay, so in terms of this, let me just go back. Now just ignore that, that's currently a typo, but we want the bag to be placed on the kitchen. Okay, let's vote kitchen table. Okay, and then we could go ahead and generate image, and we'll go ahead and select generate image. And we'll be redirected to the personal design section where our new product placement is being created. So if we just revert back, you can see product photos and you'll see the steps that we took. And what we'll do, we'll give a few moments for that to process, and let's see what has been created. Okay, and there we have our bag. Okay, that's our bag now on the kitchen table, like so. The bag to be placed on the table. And if I go to personal designs, remember this was exactly the bag in question. Okay, and what we'll do, let's try another one. Okay, let's go for this again, product photos. We'll go to choose the library. We'll give that a few moments to load, and let's try a bottle. Okay, so a bottle on the mountain top. Let's go for outdoors, mountain peak, mountain top. Yeah, and we'll go ahead and generate the image right there. That's where we need the placement to be, and we'll give that a few moments for that to render, and we shall return. And there we have there we have our drink. You can see that drink there on the mountain top. So don't be afraid to try as many different variations as you want to get the best result, because sometimes there can be a little bit of issues when it comes to AI. However, it's incredibly accurate, and it's just about just being specific. So if I go back to AI design assistance, let's go for one more product photo. Let's go for another bag. We've got a gin bottle. I mean, if you've got any other products, I think I've previously used a drone in one of them, but let's go for this bag here. Okay, a bag on the road, and select generate image. And then once it's processed, we get redirected again to the personal design section, where we just have to slightly patiently wait until our rendering is complete. So you'll see that is currently in process, and what we'll do, we shall return and see the outcome. Okay, and there we have, this was our initial bag. Okay, now you can see it's been repurposed and it has been placed on the road. Okay, so very vague description design prompt, however, more than happy with that. So it just goes to show that if you're more specific, maybe you want a particular environment, maybe a particular setting, maybe a particular weather condition, maybe you want people around, more characters, city center, maybe in the jungle, the woods, on top of the mountain, as you've seen before. You can see how powerful this is. So it just allows you to visually demonstrate a product in any environment without having to hire an expensive photographer, the expense of traveling, location, taking the images, making sure they're the correct images, and then even post-production editing or anything like that, because it's already kind of covered all of that. Okay, now the great thing is that yes, you can go ahead, download it, and remember, you know, the powerful feature of editing this image. So if I went to the advanced editor, the advanced AI image editor, we have that power to set up the scene and expand it. So if I went to smart expand, we can make this much more bigger, and we can increase or you know, the scope of the image and make it into a much more powerful graphic. If I had more items of different bags, I could put, you know, a different line of products next to it. As an example, if I wanted to add maybe the character, you know, the person behind the bag, you can see, look at that beautiful bag now, that visual representation of the bag. If I wanted to do a bit of in painting, maybe I want to change some of the scenery, maybe I want to add something into the sky like a cloud or maybe the sun or anything like that, or even remove objects, or maybe I want to add text. Okay, or maybe I want to use the AI stylizer, make it a little bit more different, so we can do all of that stuff. And even instant scenes, you know, I can completely change and remove it. So let's go ahead and use Night Street, and we give that a few moments to process. So you don't necessarily need to start with one background. I mean, you can always, you know, we have this one version. So just imagine you can make unlimited amount of versions and really be spoiled for choice. So if you're dealing this yourself, or maybe for a client, you're not limited to just one background. You could actually make more than one background and give the choice to the end user to select from. Or you could run a poll on which one is the most enjoyable. So this one, obviously City Life, is a bit more darker, but it just gives you that bag in a different situation. And we can also smart expand. If we're not happy, we can always undo, and we can find the most appropriate one for our bag using instant scene. Okay, that's much darker. Let's say maybe Northern Lights. Let's go ahead and replace that, and we'll give a few moments for that, and then we shall return. Okay, and there we have our bag, and it's got that effect of the Northern Lights. I mean, you know, it's something unique, something different. And you know, we can even go and do smart expand and get the scene back out again. So you know, these are, you know, different methods we can do, and we're not restricted just to instant scene. You can actually use a stylizer. So anything else you have in terms of reference image, if you want to change it, if you've got something that you want to kind of model, then you can do that. But this was just purposes of, you know, if you wanted to come in and add anything different and make changes go a little bit more advanced, this gives you the ability to do so. So you know, even if I wanted to add a shape, maybe make a little bit more prominent, like so, and with the color, yeah, let's just keep it as that black, and then with the ability of changing things around. So if I want to put the logo there and put a title heading, whatever it may be, I'm just giving you an example. So we've got that ability to go even further with just the initial design. Okay, so when you create these, remember, when you do create your designs, they will be in the personal design section. So let me actually revert back to that and just show you some of those designs, and then we shall conclude. So personal design section, and you can see there's some really good examples that we've been able to create with you know, minimal effort. And you can see those two beautiful designs, well, those three, one on the kitchen table, one outside in the desert, and one on the mountain top. So more specific prompts you give, you know, you'll get some really good designs. And you know, you can create as many variations as you want, and using, you know, the advanced editor, we can actually remove things. Maybe you've got too many clouds, maybe I want to add the sun, maybe I want to add a planet you know, Saturn into the scene, and these are the things that we can do. Or maybe I want to add a model into the scene. That's something you can also do using the advanced image editor. So in this video, we looked at how you can use the AI design assistance to create product photos.